The last thing I want to cover is setting up command line auditing or auditing in general and setting up our monitoring or our network traffic monitoring. So when it comes to setting up auditing or setting up command line auditing, I already covered that in previous videos, so I'm not going to go over that again. If you need a reminder, you can always go back to the GitHub and you can scroll down and you can go to this auditing commands here. And you can even just copy and paste these commands as is. This will set up command auditing for you. There are other things you can do with audit D, like audit specific directories. So maybe I'd audit the var www HTML directory. But again, I'm not going to go over that because I covered all this in previous videos. When it comes to monitoring the network traffic, I'm going to pick a Kali that's on the same network or connected to the same network as the machine that I'm trying to defend. And then I'm going to go ahead, go to Applications, and spin up Wireshark. Before I actually start capturing traffic, there are a couple things I want to do. So you're probably going to have a lot of traffic, especially with scoring users and all that. So the more that you can limit your traffic in advance, using something like this capture filter, the better off you are, because then later on when you do searches in this display filter search bar, they'll run a lot faster if you have less traffic, right? If you have a ton of traffic, those searches are going to take a lot longer to run. So one thing I like to do is I like to limit the traffic I'm capturing specifically to the machine I'm defending. So if I say host 10.0.0.11, this is only going to show me the traffic that's going to go to that machine or that's going to come from that machine. So that's one way I can do this. If I had multiple machines on the same network that I'm monitoring from one Kali machine, I can add or and then specify another host like 10.0.0.12, for example. But in this case, I just want to monitor traffic coming from or going to 10.0.0.11. The other thing is I'm going to make sure to specify the correct interface so that I don't get any additional traffic that's happening over other interfaces. So I'm going to do a quick IPA here. I'm going to see where it shows my IP address. So in this case, my 10.0.0.14 IP address is over here. And I'm going to see what interface that's on. So that's F1. So not only am I going to add this capture filter, but then I'm going to go and select this F1 interface. And now we have our network traffic monitoring set up, and we should be able to see any traffic that's going back and forth.